Hello, yalla. It is me, it is I, Small Town Didi. You're a fatty on the internet, and I'm back, you guys, for something a little bit more informal. Remember, we had that little, do we call it a segment? What did we call it, guys? But we would do like a what's hot on the blog. I think we've only done a couple of them. But the blogs have been dry, or what's been on this shit that I don't care to talk about. So I'm like, what other content aside from Real Housewives content am I gonna come down here and give my people? Like, hello, I started this, I must see it through. And then I was like, okay, I get a lot of I find TikTok to sometimes be thought-provoking. A lot of the things that people share on there, people can be very vulnerable on there, they can be informative on there, they can all manner of things, right? So I was like, okay, let's shift this. Fine. The whole point of the channel was to do pop culture commentaries, social commentary, reviews, and things of that nature. So why not, right? These are regular people in regular life dealing with regular things, and I think we're gonna sit down and have a chat. I don't know what we're gonna name this because it's not the blogs. It can't be what's hot on the blog. So I don't know. I'm like cheesy sometimes, so like must have like alliteration energy. Like it's gotta be like what's talk on the talk, right? Like shit like that, because she's cheesy. Okay, great. I'll share the thing I want to talk about first, and then I'll give my thoughts on it, or how it made me feel, what I experienced when I watched it and stuff. Because some of the stuff stay with me. Like I watch something and then it stays with me. Like for the week, it really, I have thoughts around it and things I unpack and stuff. It's quite nice. It really is lovely. But anyway, I came across a TikTok video of this lady, Pretty, and she was just crying, talking about how she's feeling very touch-starved. The first time I heard somebody say that was on the Grapevine on here on YouTube. I love the Grapevine. I was obsessed. They've closed that chapter now. They're doing other things and what have you and stuff. But on an episode they had on, I think it was Sex or Love, I can't remember, somebody just spoke about how we're touch-starved, and it stayed with me. And it's these are words I use with my friends and I who enjoyed this thing. It just really defined what we were feeling. You know, I recently shared a video, maybe a video ago too. I was talking about that loneliness, that, you know, like the womanhood journey when you come into yourself and you get to a point where you just want to rest in being single for a while, that it's not without being lonely, it's not without its struggles, and it's not always so blissful and stuff, but it's also worth it, you know. So she shares this. I'm going to share it with you guys, and then we're going to come and have a chat about it.
I am really struggling with something, and I want to talk about it, but before I do, I need people, if you are a parent who was like touched out by your children, I do not want to see you in the comments. If you are someone with any kind of neurodivergency and it manifests or shows up as you not liking touch or people touching you, I do not want to see you in the comments, okay? But I feel like I'm dying from like touch starvation, y'all. I don't get hugs. I don't know. I feel like if I were to get the kind of hug that I fucking really want, I would crumble into pieces. I don't, how do you deal with that? I really like need to be like touched. And I know someone's gonna say like, okay, go to the salon and get your hair done, or get a massage, or get your nails done, right? So someone can hold your hand. None of those people love me. None of those services love me, right? But I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling with like, I don't get hugs. That shit is, it could be like maybe a hello, whatever, maybe. But it's not enough. I don't know how. I don't know how you. How am I gonna go the rest of my life like this? I think that that's really hard. There's no. I'm just really struggling. I'm really struggling. Like, I spent, like, last night just going like this. Like, 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm just, if anyone else is struggling, what are you doing?
Wow, right? Did you cry a bit? A bit of a tearjerker. Did you cry a little bit? I feel like I was like, oh my God, girl, I give you a hug. Like, I just want to hug you. Like, I wanted to hug her so bad. But like, what hurt me about that as well is knowing that the hug would not like quench the thing. All right? The thirst for that, it would not fill that space. It's not what's required. But I still wanted to hug her so bad because I understand exactly what she's going through. I know exactly what she's going through. I feel like when we're in our single journey and like the good moments we share, when I come on camera, for instance, like I'm like, let's have Jola, like, you know what I'm saying, things like that. I think it's coming across like, oh, this bitch really has her shit together, like, or that I'm just judgy or whatever. No. You have these moments, and sometimes they are not moments, they are extended periods, like it holds for the longest time. And the reason you know how you know, or how I knew that I was I'm where I'm supposed to be right now. It's like, because it's a journey, right? You start on it and then you flake, right? And then you start back and then you flake and stuff. All those flaky moments where you break the promises you've made to yourselves and stuff only serve as teachable moments, right? For me, when I've led people into that space to try and fill that void, because it's vast, you feel like you're falling. Like, think of who is this? What is this thing called? The sunken place. That thing where you just feel like you're sinking and you're falling and there's no bottom. It's vast, and that's what it feels like, right? And you can imagine float. It's like space. It's infinite. Like when you desperately want this. You want this to happen so bad that you grab at anything, or you will have anything grab at you. And for me, when I experienced this sustained thing, which I don't have this yearn for touch. I haven't had it for a while now. But when I went through it the last time and I stayed the course, I had learned my lessons from the time I had flaked. I had learned that letting any old body into that space, or filling that space with any old thing, doesn't work. It does not do the trick. It makes it worse. And that's the part. Like, when you find yourself crying about it, like she was it's because you've already learned those lessons, where you know that when you grab at the nothingness of it all, it's exactly that. It's nothingness. And it's like think an animation film where you grab something because you think it's real, and then it poofs, like it feels and nothing can prepare you for it. It's like you can't feel it, because like she said, like, oh, somebody would be like, oh, go get your hair done so you could, but these services again are paid for, right? This isn't the touch that I'm yearning for. Once you get to this point, guys, for me, because I'm still on the journey, I don't have the answers, right? But once, like, I don't have the, because I've convinced myself, can my phone stop? I'm trying to be deep with the people on the internet. Like, God, hating ass. But like, with me, let me not keep telling you guys and just tell you guys about me. But it's so interesting, you guys. It's such an interesting journey that I went through these moments where I think I told you guys in the last video, just cry, obviously, and be so sad and so lonely and just ask if I'm ugly, which obviously, like, where? Oh no. But when I was going through it and stuff, and it's the Sundays, I think I've said this to you guys already. When my week winds down, again, I'm self-employed, I'm go. I'm constantly figuring something out, managing something, trying not to be a fucking scamming bitch on the internet, disappointing clients, not getting things out to them. I am constantly doing this, right? So I never get to sit in it. So when I would get to sit and I would experience this feeling like, oh my God, I need cuddles. And I did do it, you guys. I did try filling the space with things and the wrong people. And I'm telling you, I walked away feeling empty because I've got shit to give, you see me. And when other people see that, men, let's just call them what they are, demonic creatures of the underworld, men, when they see that, you have, because once you in that space of that yearn, you probably have it to give back. And when you allow that person in your space, you're going to give what you're wanting. It's what you know, it's how you're wired. So I would walk away feeling so depleted and used. The word is used the fuck up, and it was never worth it. The sex was fucking shit. It's like, girl, I was just chilling here. It's my little lady bits. I was just chilling here, minding my own business, and then you went to like have this person like do what exactly? Because they did nothing. It's my little girl telling me now. They just annoyed me. Like, I'm annoyed now. Now I need something real to happen. Now I gotta do the work. That wasn't even my, oh, we really went far with this. Hey, I'm sorry for oversharing today. Hopefully people don't watch this. Hopefully 30 of you watch this. But this was so vulnerable, and the comments, oh my God. I love on the internet when we have a vulnerable moment like this and we congregate in the comment sections in like rawness and honesty and not all of this judgment. I see the divorced girlies are doing it for each other. Good for y'all. Where you're like, you know, you made the mistake of thinking men are good, shame. And now you're reading from this thing, and then the other girlies who've been through the same thing as you are in the comments, just trying to see you through this moment, trying to remind you. I love this comment section, guys. It's the little things. I realize that it's the small things that a lot of us are craving. And my God, guys, like, do you know a hug do you know a hug by a motherfucker that gives a shit about you? Not even anything, guys. There's this, you know, like when somebody hugs you because you need it, like they saw you from across the room need a hug, and they are the right person to give it to you, and they walk across the room and you just, like, somebody in the comments was like, I even avoid, this made me laugh, but I really cried. It's one of the top comments, guys. I will link the videos. I avoid hugging people because I feel like I'm gonna cry, and then I'd have to explain myself. Because like, I don't want to explain that. No. I go for, like, without it for so long. First of all, guys, I'm at a point where it's so dangerous where I am now. I don't think I know how to date. That's how bad this thing has got. I removed myself from this space for so long that I said to my friend the other day, I'm like to him, I don't even think I know how to have fun with men. You know, I can't, you see how I'm like, we're having chats. I can't do this with men. When they show up, my defense goes up. It's time to protect yourself because the enemy's here. And that's not my fucking fault. Okay, men need to rehabilitate their brand as men, and it's not my fucking fault. I have nothing to work through. This is on them, and that's my story. Okay, but anyway, this wasn't supposed to be this long. This was supposed to be 15 minutes. How I have so much to say. People have always said that I talk too much. I don't think that's what they meant though. So my camera cut off the other day, kangala. Like I was like, I'm not continuing with this video, but I need to finish the video. My second TikTok is on alcohol. I could have like literally just went and picked any really South African person who's popular on TikTok, and I assure you I would have found a TikTok that is on alcohol and not in a negative light. But let's have a look at this and then we'll come back and have a chat.
Mina ngithenga ukudla kwe-300 ukudla engikuthengayo bese ngiqinisa kakhulu la utshwaleni, ngiqinisa kakhulu la ejikini. Ngumuntu njengathi ngahleze ezidakelwe, ngumuntu yabo mangidakiwa ngibi nawo ukudla, angibi nandaba nokudla nje, ngibi nandaba nokudla. Ngumuntu njengathi ngahleze ne% enhloko, ngumuntu njengathi ngahlezi ezimanxakele. Ngumuntu onjalo nje, indaba okudla mangithi ngithe ukudla kwa300 ngibala namawayini lapha ukuthi lamawayini aseShoprite yabo lawa ase40 edrost thengi noma 3 nje ngizowabeka efridge ngenzela ukuthi maziqala zithi ziyayaluza ngazi ukuthi nginento ezangithi nje percentana, ngoba impilo yamanje ifuna ngathi nje ungahlezi une% ekhanda. Ufuna nje ube umuntu uzohlezi une% hlezi nje uziduzukele ube ne% nje enhloko. Sithi maziqala ziyale nale. Mina yazi ngithenga kanjani? Kunekhombo eShoprite liya 100 rand. Ngithenga yona lo khombo liya 100 rand. Ngithenga inkabishi. Ngithenge bhontshisi lo wesizulu. Ngizapheka isigoqane. Mangisipheka isigoqane njalo ngolesihlanu. Yabo kulo 4 weeks lo wesonto wenyanga. Ngipheka isigoqane. Ngipheka isigoqane ngolesihlanu. Ngizosidla lesigwaqani ngolesihlanu, umgqibelo, isonto. Zihamba njalo izinsuku. Ngidakiyo mangidakiwa ngidli kakhulu. Mangizothi ngathi ngilambile futhi nakhona ngidla mase ngizwe ukuthi uyabona ke manje ayihlukana inhloko nesixhantu ngiyashona ke manje kuyimanje ngiqala ngidla ngivele ngidle nje. Ngidla nje mase ngincancazele and futhi into engisizayo kuvele ngihambe ngiyohlala esikoleni, into ezongenza ukuthi ngingalambi. Vele ngihambe nje ngozihlalela esikoleni ubusuku, ayike lapha ngizulamba ke. Angizulamba ke lapho mina nje kayi ungamane kushoda ukudla, ngamane kushoda ama cornflakes yonke into nokuthi ngingathola utshwala.
That was funny. Hey, I'm not fluent in Xhosa, but I'm going to try to break it down for anybody who just simply doesn't understand it all. He's responding to a question, and that question was in response to something else that I didn't follow up on. But the person is asking, but how much are you guys spending on groceries? Like, so then he responds, now I'm spending 300 rands on groceries. If you're South African, you know this is not enough. Granted, like our social grant is somewhere along that benchmark, but we know it doesn't really, that's not the kind of amount you think when you think balanced meal, nutrition, things of that nature. It's all, you know, shits and giggles. I had a good laugh about it and stuff, you know, and what have you. So this is not a this person problem. This just happened to be the video that I'm going to choose to have this discussion around alcohol and us as like the youth of South Africa, and how I'm constantly fed this like, guys, we really love liquor, and we don't love liquor, we're fucking depressed. Like, we are so depressed, and the socially acceptable yet behavior altering, personality altering, mind altering substance that we don't view that way. Like, we don't see it as this drug that it is, or this this dangerous substance that it is, but we're honestly using this thing as an antidepressant at this point. And I think a lot of us know that, and a lot of us are talking about it, but there's also a chunk of us who want to make like it's just, oh no, like savannah. Like, if you look at TikTok, South African TikTok, there are a lot of people who've made drinking and a certain kind of drink, right, a part of their online persona, a part of their brand. It's like, I'm wondering, can Musa Kaula ever stop with the Hunter's Dry? Or is that so much a part of the thing that he does now that you tune in to see him down the thingaki. And then there are other people with the savannas, you know, like we've made this thing. Well, we didn't make it. It was already such a socially acceptable thing to do, consume alcohol, that we've just taken and like, we've taken the thing and we've really gone all the way with it to a point where nobody's stopping to say, whoa, what the hell is happening? I'm having the chat because I'm a couple of months dry. I'm 2 months dry. I'm not planning to be off alcohol forever or anything of that nature. But I'm sorry guys, I knew I needed a break. I was finding myself in a very much linked to the last TikTok that we had a chat about, where when I said you find yourself reaching out to people and things, alcohol was very much a crutch for me. It was very much a thing where I felt like, I don't even know I'm drinking anymore. Am I having fun? Am I enjoying this? Am I enjoying the taste of the liquor? Do I want to be intoxicated? Like, what am I chasing? What's going on here? And it took a bit. Like, if you know me and you don't know that I'm dry the past couple of months, you're not going to believe it because I be drinking. Like, I came on here drinking, you guys. Like, I was doing the reviews with wine in hand. In fact, when I started the channel, the premise of the thing was supposed to be I review a drink. It wasn't always going to be an alcoholic beverage. I was going to do coffees and whatever. And we can still do that and stuff as the channel grows. But like the whole, like it wasn't even, because it's so socially acceptable, the idea of coming onto screen with such an altering substance and just being so blasé, we just don't take alcohol seriously for what it is, and it's fucking with us bad. I know it feels like we're coping, and the gays, love the gays. I think you guys know that. The gays. The gays are the main ones on the TikTok making this an extension of their personalities, and I'm worried. I'm worried. We're doing it too, right? We are definitely doing it too. I don't know anybody who's actually not doing it. Let me leave the gays alone. But like, guys, I don't mean to come across as you know that girl that just finds Jesus? You know, right? And everything is like, daughter of the Most High. So I don't want like my little sobriety stint. I don't even know if I can call it that, because I'm not planning to stay off liquor like that. But I was worried about myself, and I did need to take this break for myself for a number of reasons, right? The money shit. I didn't have the money to spend on like the amount of liquor that I was consuming. And then the health stuff, I've gone on here, did a whole video on what was it? Disordered eating and like black girl disordered eating and stuff. And I'm not diagnosed or anything of that nature, but the yo-yo dieting and I've done those things my whole life, right? If you are a fat girl, you've known that you need to correct your whole life, and you've done this. But I've been very consistent with my getting more movement in and eating right, but I wasn't letting go of the alcohol. Do you see how much it had a grip on me, that this thing I want so bad, which is to lose weight, did not trump how much I needed to have my glass of wine or have my cider. I mean, it got to a point where we were eating less because we were going to drink our calories. It got to a point where we were doing those kinds of maths, like them deadly maths. Like, that is not good mathematics, but we were doing it, right? We're like, but it still wasn't working. So for me, it was 3 things. Trying to take a break from this. It was the weight stuff. I wanted to see if it would make a difference, and it has. I'm seeing it. You don't have to see it. I don't even want you to see it. I don't want to come on here and talk about my weight or perpetuate diet culture and tell people to lose weight and stuff. This is just my journey. I wanted to see the weight come off. So I'm seeing it happen. It's very slow, but it's happening. The money stuff, I'm actually putting the money away. You know, they're always like, oh my God, if you smoked less cigarettes, you'd, well, I'm doing it. I worked out on average how much I was spending on alcohol, and I'm trying to put that money away as often as I can. It's only been like a couple of months, guys, like really, and we don't even know how long we want to do this. But like, outside of that, I'm also scared. Like, if I pick up a bottle of wine or a glass of wine, I might back down the rabbit hole. Will I be able to regulate myself and say, No, you just feel like a glass of wine right now, and then you have that, and then that's that, you're done, and then nothing for the next week? Or is it gonna go back to that pattern that I was on, where it's the thing you do to fill your space, it's the thing you do to fill up when that thing creeps in, where the touch starve thing that the lady spoke about in the previous TikTok, the things that come around that thing, the emotions, the things that you experience around being lonely or being alone, and you don't want to deal with them, so you just drink. Like, it's such an unassuming thing to do. Like, you're just gonna have like a bar, then turn on your favorite music and just like, and then just sleep and stuff, just so that you don't have to cry through this one night. It's been fun. I find that I can sleep just fine without my glass of wine. Apparently, that's a thing. You can have a cup of tea and just go to bed. I can do that quite easily, actually, now. Honestly, I don't even think about it much. Like, the first week was like, oh, this is different. Like, what do people do on the weekends when but you find things to do. You learn about yourself. You feel good in the mornings. You're not hanging. You're not tired. You do have more energy. You have more money. Your weight is coming off and stuff. I find that I can actually enjoy bread now, right? Because I can actually eat my calories and nourish self, not drink my calories while poisoning self. It's been interesting, but this just got me thinking on that chat of alcohol and stuff, and just how we are around that thing and what we're trying to feel, exactly what we're running away from, because it's not nothing. You're not drinking just because it's so delicious, not to the degree that I see most of us doing it. So yeah. And sober talk has been a saving grace. Like, I looked up a couple of people and their sobriety journey and how that's going for them and stuff. So the algorithm obviously started feeding me content along those lines, and it's been wonderful, you guys. And if you want to give it a go, good luck. God bless. I'll let you guys know when I have my first glass of wine, and I don't know how long it would have been. I've got some weddings coming up. I haven't been in social settings, like where people are drinking, like those kinds of like festivities kind of thing. So I don't know how I'm going to respond, or if I'll feel pressured to have alcohol, or not even just pressured, but just feel like I'm less for this thing, because it's what you're around a social group and they're consuming alcohol. It's just the default, like it's the thing that you do. So I haven't been in those situations, so I wouldn't know what the response is gonna be. But yeah, we will see. But that's it, Shella. That's been what's talk on the. Okay, give it a name. Bye.